Hello there, my name's Carlo and welcome to another video. This is a video I've wanted to do for quite some time now, and it's quite sort of a popular subject. There's a lot of videos on YouTube about this particular topic. I just wanted to give my own views about this topic because I think it's quite controversial, but there's a lot of facts involved in it which are truth, and I think a lot of people are sort of disguising these facts, these truths, with the fact that, first of all, it's about Mac versus PC. What I think. Now, this is not a video to slag off Macs. This is not a video to slag off PCs. This is, I want this to get this out of your head. This is just my general opinion. This is, coming from 30 years of computing experience within having PCs and having Macs. I had the first iMac when it came out. I remember getting it in 1993, which was the G3. So I'm going back a long way when it comes to Mac. And I'm going a long way when it comes to PC as well. At the moment, I'm currently running a Hackintosh, quite a powerful Hackintosh, which is basically on in the background, as you can see. I love Macs a lot, but the thing, a lot of things. The thing with Macs is, how can I put it? These machines are built for beauty. These machines are built for look, rather than, in my opinion, performance. Now, I think it was about 2 months ago, 3 months ago, maybe longer than that, I had a Core 2 iMac, 27-inch iMac, which performed great. There was no problems with it at all. Apart from the fact that when I had to run certain high-intense programs like Maya and things like that, it would just lag. There was no option to upgrade, which was jarring. There was no, the only thing you could actually upgrade was the RAM. And when you're, utilising or using programs like Maya, or you're using programs like After Effects, they are more GPU, intensive and CPU intensive rather than RAM intensive. So them to me were pointless machines, if that makes sense. They were £2,000 machines which, once they expire, that's it. You can't sort of use them no more. That's if you want to keep up with the times, that's if you want to keep up with the Joneses. Now, over Mac and PC, I always prefer PC. That is just my opinion. PCs are simplistic machines that can be very, very powerful, more powerful than any Mac on the market. And I'm talking about the new Mac Pro as well, which has come out. The cylinder, don't know what it is, it's like a frigging, I don't know, it's like a fucking flower pot. I don't know what it is. I assume that Steve Jobs is actually turning in his grave right now about that product, because to me that is just a load of rubbish, to be perfectly honest. It's £4,000 or £3,000 worth of non-upgradable crap in my eyes. That machine's probably going to last you the best part of 2 years, and then that's it. With my PC behind me, I've got a 3.8 gigahertz i7. I've got a Quadro card in there. My Quadro card's about £1,000. Do you know what I mean? This machine behind me here will smash the hell out of that Mac Pro. I don't care, the new Mac Pro. I don't care what anyone says. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, it's not got as much RAM. It's got 32 gigs of RAM. But the beauty with this, I'm going to be able to upgrade this, at no cost, at a low cost for a very, very long time. But go out and upgrade your new Mac Pro, your new flower pot, and see how much you're actually going to spend on a stick of RAM or a SSD, a hard drive for that Mac Pro. You're going to be spending a fortune. So when it comes to things like that with Mac, that gives me up. They're charging the earth for these machines, yet they're not upgradable. You know, there's no future with them. Once you have that machine, once that machine expires, that's it. I mean, the only machine, in my eyes, with the Macs, that was amazing was the Mac Pro. The original Mac Pro, which was fully upgradable. You can upgrade the RAM, you can upgrade the graphics card, you could even in some aspects upgrade the CPU inside it. It was an awesome machine. And then what do Apple go and do? They go and release the Flowerpot, which to me, you know, is, you know, they've contradicted what the Mac Pro is all about. You know, the Mac Pro is a pro tool, it is a pro computer. So when I look at the new Mac Pro, I think to myself, it doesn't look like a pro computer. It looks fragile. I'll be scared to break it, and I'll be scared to actually push that machine to the limits, because it doesn't look like it can do a lot. It might do a lot. It might do amazing. It might be so powerful it's unreal. But after 2 years, that Mac Pro, which people have gone out and spent £3-4 grand on, ain't going to be worth jack, to be perfectly honest, unless you've got another £1,000 to update your SSD, or you've got 200-300 quid or 400 quid to upgrade the RAM. To me, I think that machine is just totally pointless. And it's not just that, you know, with my PC, you know, I've got dual boot in here. I've got OS X on here, 10.9. This is a 3.8 gigahertz i7 processor, and it's got 32 gigabyte of RAM. It flipping flies. But, you know, this is, you know, Mac is meant to be based around sort of design and creativity programs, yet programs like 3ds Max are not available on Mac. What's that all about? You know, you go to Windows and you can get literally everything. You know, there's a program for literally everything on the PC that you can think of. There is a program for, there is a tool for. But, you know, even when I upgraded, so for instance, I've got Adobe After Effects on here. When I upgraded to Mavericks on this Hackintosh, I had to do an update for After Effects in order for After Effects to work with that operating system, with that upgrade. With Windows, just install it, job done. You know, if you want to do an update, do it, or Adobe will do it automatically in the background. So obviously, my heart's going to be more into PC than it is into Macs, because I feel you could do a lot more with a PC. More people are turning to Hackintosh simply because they're a lot powerful machine at half the cost. You know, like I say, you know, put this machine up against your new Mac Pro, and it'll give it a run for its money. And I ain't spent half the money you spent on your Mac Pro. You know, that's the only thing. You know, Apple like to make really nice looking computers, when, you know, I prefer my computer to look ugly but then kick butt at half the cost than to look like a flower pot, yeah, at £4,000 or £3,000. I think the pricing of that is absolutely ridiculous, because at the end of the day, it's a computer that's not going to last. It's a computer, you know, that you're not going to be able to upgrade in, say, 2 years' time. You're not going to be able to upgrade that GPU. You know, you might be able to, do you know what I mean? But at the end of the day, I can't see it. And obviously, the size of it as well, all you need is one thing to go wrong inside it, you know, and, you know, think how much it's going to cost you for a spare part of that machine. It's just probably going to cost you half of what the Mac costs, the Mac Pro cost in general. Apple should have stuck with what they were good at with the Mac Pro and kept it the same. Just basically, all they needed to do was, you know, redesign the case for the Mac Pro the same size. The Mac Pro looked like a pro computer. This new Mac Pro doesn't look like a pro computer. It looks like a flower pot. I call it a flower pot, or maybe a toilet brush holder. You know, I don't know what you want to call it. It's a very, very shiny looking toilet brush holder. To me, it looks fragile. Do you know what I mean? It don't look like it can do the job. So, you know, don't get me wrong, I do love Macs. Like I say, you know, I'm running a Mac on this Hackintosh. I love the OS X experience. You know what I mean? I love the simplicity of it. I love how smooth it is. I love, you know, programs like Final Cut. Do you know what I mean? I think they're awesome programs, you know, Aperture and stuff like that. But to me, I'd rather go on the PC, do you know what I mean, and use Premiere Pro, or I'd rather use Photoshop and stuff like that. Yes, that is available on Mac, but I do believe that, well, I do think that PC runs it. Sorry about that, my SLI just run out of battery there, sorry, out of memory, so I've just topped up the memories for that. Now, where was I? Okay, so let's look at some facts, you know, what I was saying, you know. This is not, like I say, to slag off Mac or slag off PC. I'm just being truthful. This is just me being honest, and, you know, everything's fact, what I'm saying. let's look at running, 3D programs. I use 3ds Max. One, you can get it on PC. Two, you can't get it on Mac. Okay, I don't know what that's all about. And all these design programs that are available for Mac, for Mac and for PC, will always run better on a PC, because that is the first. What am I trying to say? It's the first format it's designed for. Okay, when you get a program like 3ds Max, or you get a program like Maya, they are designed on PCs to work on PCs. Okay, all programs like Autodesk and companies like Autodesk have done is made a port to Mac, and this is exactly the same with Adobe. Adobe is a program designed and created on a PC to run on a PC, not a Mac. They are just ported over to Mac. It's exactly the same as if you was to get a PC game. Okay, it's so for instance, it comes out on the PS3 or the Xbox One or whatever. Okay, it's actually made on a PC first. It's not made on a PS3. It's made on a PC and then ported over to a console. That's why you'll always find that a game on a PC will always look better on a PC rather than a console. So let's look at gaming. You can't game on a Mac. Yes, you get there is some games available from the App Store, but they're never going to look as good on a Mac than they do on a PC. They might look nicer because of the beautiful Retina display and screen like that, but to me that don't mean crap. Do you know what I mean? I want to run a game at high, fastest frames possible, which you're not going to get on a Mac. Do you know what I mean? A lot of people out there might say, "Oh, he's talking out his arse," but me personally, I don't think I am. I think I'm speaking truthful. There are a few high-end games out there on Mac, but every single game that comes out on console will normally come out on the PC as well, so you can play games with it. Now, I'm not saying I don't use this for gaming. I've got a couple of games I play, like I'm on the PC now. I've switched over, so I'm Jubert, so you can see it's a PC as well. And I've got games like Borderlands 2, which I absolutely love, and Battlefield 4 and stuff like that, which I absolutely love, and I'd rather play that on a PC than on a games console, because I just feel that it runs better and it looks a lot better as well. So yeah, I mean, that's my thoughts. If I was to choose between running my PC or running the Mac, most of the time it will be a PC. The PC will be booted up. It will be the PC running most of the time. Now and again, when I want to do a bit of video editing, or most of the time when I want to do a bit of video editing, I will go with their Final Cut, because it's a lot more easy and it's a lot more simplistic. But then again, so is Premiere Pro. But all my 3D animation design is done on a PC. All my After Effects work is done on a PC. All my work, company work is done on a PC. It's not done on the Mac. So I hope this video has been helpful. Well, not helpful, but incisive. And obviously, all I've tried to do is be factual and be as truthful as I possibly can. There's a lot of people out there that will turn around and say, no, I would prefer Mac over PC. It's only because that's probably all you've got is a Mac. Let's be truthful. If you've just got a Mac, you're going to say the Mac's better than a PC, because that's all you've got. You've got a Mac. Okay? If you've got a PC and a Mac, then you can say to yourself and be honest about it and say, I prefer PC, I prefer Mac. But then that's, your opinion. So I do thank you for listening, and I'll see you again in the next video.